What's goody, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy, Who's Mans. You already know what time it is. We're gonna do something real quick because I just want to show you guys something. Maybe for you air raid guys, you're more sim guys, or if you just newer to the game and you want to just learn a little something. I'm just gonna show you guys a concept that is really dope, that'll work really well in Madden 23. I did play the beta, and this is something I noticed that worked really well in the beta. So let's get to it. We are gonna go with gun spread wide flex, and we're gonna go with the play. Actually, gun spread wide slot. I'm sorry, gun spread wide slot. We're gonna go with stick, and we're gonna look at the alignment of everything. Now, the reason I have D.D. Westbrook at 3, as you see, he's gonna be your go receiver. He's gonna be doing the outside release, fade route. Thielen is obviously gonna be in the slant as the #1 slant, and then we're gonna hot route Justin Jefferson on a slant. And in some cases, you're gonna be putting them in an out route. Really just depends on what, the adjustments you notice they do. So we're going with Y stick, and this is more so to show you guys against cover 0 blitzes, man blitz, and it's something that I realized that a lot of people were doing is coming out in these cover 0 blitzes, all out blitzes, and you just man up. And one thing I noticed is the user is usually always taking the guy that's guarding the running back. And one thing people like to do is hover around the middle of the field. Now, if you got a guy who's super understanding about, taking the running back, you always have Thielen or Jefferson on that backside, pretty well matched up. But in case you guys didn't catch my previous Y stick video, how you read Y stick is I like to look at the B receiver Westbrook as my #1. Then I look to Conklin, and how I base the Conklin Cook route is usually if a linebacker is playing Conklin, if he touches him or if he stays in line with him, the second Cook gets directly behind him or maybe even a little bit in front of him, I'll throw it to Cook because usually he'll be open. But that's why I look to Westbrook first, because you can see if they're in like a cover 2 maybe and they just have their safeties a little further down. But if they're in a cover 2, then that corner will play Cook a little bit better. If not, he's going to take Westbrook further down the field, leaving the flats completely open. And then another thing you got to also watch out for is if the person that is over Conklin is usually playing to the outside of him and kind of runs with Cook, then you can hit Conklin. And then your backside, your 2 slants, is usually the alert. So if he's coming out in a formation like this, and usually you can tell when it's a cover 0 because the safeties, as you see, they're super far wide apart, and they're lined up directly over top of the slot corner and the tight end there, Conklin. They'll be lined up over the slots and a little closer to the line of scrimmage. The one thing that is susceptible in cover 0 usually is the middle of the field. Cover 0 naturally shades inside, so you can kind of play off that. But we're going to show you how we like to read this. So usually if I see this, like I said, I look Westbrook #1, and then I kind of go Conklin and Cook kind of 1A and 1B, or 2A and 2B. I kind of played off that. So this Mike linebacker here should, if this is cover 0, he should take Cook. If this is the user and he stays in the middle, just hit Cook. And if he goes with Cook, and if he sprints directly towards Cook, immediately look backside to Thielen or Jefferson. And usually you'll get one of the two because the middle of the field should be wide open. Even if it's not directly wide open, sometimes I like to throw it directly off the break, especially if you see this linebacker here. If he sprints directly in, you'll have a very quick second to throw it to Thielen. But also make sure that, you know, because sometimes people like to put these guys in flat zones maybe after you do it enough, or a hook zone or something like that. So don't just be reckless with it. If they put this guy in a hook zone, he's going to kind of hover directly in this area. You can get lucky and throw to Jefferson backside, because Thielen will be a little too crowded. So we're going to show you guys this right here. And that wasn't an accurate pass. However, you do have Thielen open in the middle there. And this one looks like, I mean, once again, an all-out blitz. Once again, you do watch out for some of these guys on this side here. These two, they may drop this guy or man him up. So if he mans him up, just remember you do have Justin Jefferson as well. So you look, boom, boom. So you can hit the slants. I hit Justin Jefferson. Obviously, it looked like, you know, Thielen was wide open. Now, on one high where the outside corners are backed up, usually I read this as just one high. I don't read this as cover 3 at one high, because this could be a man blitz with just single high coverage. In that case, sometimes what I'll do, just in case they are playing a zone, is just put Jefferson on an out, which is why I like putting, you know, my better receivers on that left side there, because the right side is more so of, you know, how is the defense playing this. So we're going to read this again. Boom, he sprints directly over. And you see you got Thielen over the middle. Now, I know this isn't no huge chunk play, but in Madden 23, you do not have a lot of time to throw this ball. And I'll show you the instant replay. So immediately when he hikes, this middle linebacker, oops. So I know you're not getting a lot of yardage on this, but you don't have a lot of time to just sit back there and throw all day. So one thing that I looked at was, okay, middle linebacker immediately. I kind of like, when I snap, in that split second, I'm looking, does he sprint directly over to the running back? He did. So I'm looking number one just to see, you know. In man, as you see, these cornerbacks will turn their back to you. So immediately I know it's man, not even about to attempt this. So I look backside here. And, oh, another thing. Man, these outside corners always turn their backs. If you see that, they both turn their back. I know I put Jefferson on an out route, but these corners will always turn their backs. If it's zone, they turn towards you. But so immediately I see, okay, middle linebacker vacates the middle of the field. I'm throwing it to the middle of the field. I'm throwing away from this blitz, or I'm throwing it, you know, to the open grass, because that's the air raid concept. That's something that I like to run. Adam Thielen is an amazing route runner, and he's going to be usually much better than that slot, that nickel corner. Throw it to Thielen, and as you see, that's what, almost 8 yards there, 7-8 yards there. And I was killing people. And sometimes what happens is you make this cut. There may be situations too where you have enough separation, or I've seen also where, you know, you time this correctly, this tight end kind of gums up both those guys and you can break free. But I've broken quite a few touchdowns just off this alone. And we're gonna run this just a few more times. And we're looking at number one, boom. And in that case, the middle linebacker, you know, rushed. And the outside linebacker there, that left outside linebacker there, runs with Cook. The middle linebacker sprints into the middle of the field. I'll wait a few seconds just to make sure he's coming all the way in, because like I said, I looked, they're pressed up. I'm not even about to try to, you know, throw this go ball. I'm not going to have enough time unless you know you have an immediate mismatch where, you know, the release is way higher than the corners press and he's way faster. Then you could just take that chance and just lob it. Usually the speed, that's where the speed comes in. You don't want to wait to throw that lob. But as you see, you have all this space. I like just standing here. I like Thielen having that separation way better than Jefferson. Even though I know this is a linebacker, I just like the separation better. I'm throwing it to grass. I like the separation better. And again, I'm telling you, I've seen it to where the tight end sometimes will block the safety. Not to mention that is a safety on Thielen. So I'm going to run these a couple more times. You see that safety comes up. This is single high again. I'm just going to put Jefferson on that out route. Nobody's over Thielen. I'm keeping that slant there just for the reason being like, okay, you know, this guy's been sending man blitzes, man blitzes, man blitzes. We're just going to keep this same thing. Look, boom. And now we're hitting Cook. And that's why I say you have to read the defense. So boom, you're looking. You see Westbrook. Both those middle linebackers ran to the middle of the field. I really have my pick, but I like the side where I have more blockers as opposed to having a one-on-one. Throw to Cook. Boom. If I don't hold sprint there, you know, I have a better chance of probably getting a touchdown, but that's a huge gain. And yeah, so this is just a little demonstration of something you can do, especially if people are running a lot of man blitzes in 23. It's going to help you a lot, and they're going to get frustrated, and then they're going to have to start doing some other stuff to stop it. Maybe they'll stop blitzing so much, and then that's when you can open up the playbook, start doing some other stuff, you know, I don't know, something like this. You know, I just ran that horribly. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you do like these kind of plays, let me know. I'll be doing this more in 23. And yeah, also, I did have to take a little break from Madden 22. It's just not my favorite game. Anyway, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're going to be coming out with some more videos in 23. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.